For the collider, we're going to take a look at some properties here, but we're also going to take a look at the construct tile over here, just so we have an understanding that these two actually work together for the moment. The collider itself, if you want collision available, there's a collider right there. You can check it or uncheck it. If I uncheck it, what I'm saying is that the collision won't be available at start. For instance, if a player was going to walk to it, they could walk through it. It doesn't mean there is no collision, because during the game you could actually choose to say enable collider as part of a trigger event. You have several options when it comes to how the collider actually works. One is going to be a collider as a walkable, meaning that you can have the collider in the scene, but you can actually path to and through it. And that's going to be if you're using the AI and the pathing. You have a collider when holding, meaning that if a player was going to pick up an object, can this object be registered by the other objects inside the scene? And you can say yes, when they're holding it, they can see it. There is a offset, vertical horizontal, meaning that this object is it centered 0, 0, and or can you move it off to the side a little, up and down and things like that. You have the scale. So remember, scale, there is a collision scale, there is a image scale. They're separate. However, this is saying that at 10 by 10, it's not saying this object is 10 by 10. It's saying that the scale ratio is. So if I was to move this box in, just as a for instance here, if I move this box in, 10 by 10 means that I'm getting exactly what I see right here. I get a collision box this big. If I decide to start shrinking or scaling up the 10 by 10, say I take it down to 5, what I'm actually saying is I want to half this size. So it's going to be a little square that goes inside of here. Alright. And then below that, there's a ignore collider and special moves. So this would be, for instance, for the player tile. If you had a player tile who was going to do a dash move, or a couple other different kinds of moves where they could go through an object, then you could say yes or no to it. I think the grappling hook is also one of those where they can actually go in between a collision object. Alright, so you can say yes to that or no to that based on whether or not it's supposed to be a solid object or not. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take the tile back to here. We'll do a separate video just on this panel, but just so that you do know that these two, they work together in terms of being able to see what type of collision you're making, but then also some of the core properties for it.